Hello, welcome to the Legacy Continues podcast. I am Melinda McGahee. We appreciate you tuning in and watching us today. And I always love who I have. I can't help it. But I super duper 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 love who we have today. I love how God just transforms and changes and you like people who just blow my mind at how the Lord just moves in people's lives and just how special and dear they become to me. And so today we have Joann Henry Knight. Woohoo! Knight Henry.
Yeah.
Which one?
Knight Henry.
Here's the deal, and I've confessed this before. Once you come in with one name, you will always be that name. If you get married,
Yes.
I will add. I'll blend it in somehow. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me messing up last names all the time. So I'm excited because this is a life that has been that has allowed God just to come in and transform. And she has a beautiful, beautiful testimony. And I get to work with her every day. I get to see her passion, her love for the Lord, her love for people, for our women, and so it's an honor. I can't wait for you to hear some of her story. Thank you, Joann.
You're welcome.
And so a lot of us call her JoJo.
Yes.
So JoJo, you good?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So tell me a little bit about your Lovelady journey, or prior to Lovelady, a little bit about how you got here.
What got me here? What got me here?
What got you here?
Yeah. So I was in addiction for many years, and it wasn't because I had a traumatic family life or grew up with any trauma. I grew up with no trauma, actually. My aunts, my uncles, my parents, my grandparents, everybody has always been active in my life and my brother's life, and are still very active in our lives. It wasn't, I got stupid because I got stupid on my own. I chose.
You mean you don't have to have a get stupid card? It can
Right.
It can naturally happen. Okay.
I got high because I enjoyed getting high, and I continued to get high because I enjoyed getting high. No other reasons. As that progressed, then of course it becomes more of a habit, not a hobby. And so that's when I got hooked on OxyContin. And when I got hooked on OxyContin, things just changed. Everything changed. And so and then I went to jail.
Let me ask you: did it start? Did it start with drugs immediately for you, or was there rebellion, or is it I just want to do what I want to do?
It was just high school. It was high school. It was the age. It was, getting in a relationship, just doing all the things that you think the cool kids do, I guess is what you would say. And for me, that is what I did. The partying was fun. The moving around was fun. The fast pace was fun. It was just the lifestyle was a good time.
Okay.
And that's really it. My parents had no clue what I was really doing. I'm sure they knew I was doing things I shouldn't be doing, but they didn't grow up like that. They didn't really know what was happening. So they didn't know how to really say, hey, you're going down the wrong road.
Have there been other addiction in their family?
No.
So you were first.
Well, no. Me and my brother both, both hit the addiction wide open at the same time.
Okay.
And so, but then he quit everything cold turkey, and I was still dabbling or doing my thing for a season. And then we pretty much got clean around the same time. When I came I back up.
Okay.
I got arrested in 2004. And then I was looking at about 25 years in prison. And so that really will check you if I've never been in jail, never been in any kind of trouble to that effect. And that's a lot to swallow, thinking you're about first offense, about to do 25 years. Well, that was what it could hold. And
I'm a whim. I get in trouble a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
And so that is when I decided I needed to go to detox, because if I'm going to prison, I didn't want to detox on the county floor, or in the prison floor, whatever that looked like. So I called my dad and I was like, hey, I need to go. Will you take off work tomorrow and take me to rehab?
I've met your dad, and I bet that was devastating for him.
He said, what are you talking about? What do you mean rehab? What do you need rehab for? Well, what kind of rehab? And I was like, drug rehab. I'm an addict and I need you to take me to drug rehab. And he was like, okay, I'll take you. And so he did. He drove me there. And that was really, they got me out of jail, but that was really when it all came to a head. When I came home from detox, that's when I set my parents down and was like, let me tell you what is happening. This is not who I am, but this is what I've become at this point. And I need you to know that when I call you talking crap or I call you telling you, come and get me, don't come and get me. Leave me there. I'm hurting. I need this. This is what I need because it's going to hurt. I'm going to be ugly and it's going to be messy. And I need you to leave me there. And so he did. And I called and I begged to come home and he left me there. And thankfully he did. And I haven't, that was when I came off of Oxycontin, but meth was, it was still there.
Yeah.
Meth was not something I quit until I got off of, went to court in 2007 and was sentenced to, in my county, the very first time we ever had drug court. It was the color code type thing had not gone in effect yet. That was coming a little bit later, and so when they let me do, it's called court referral. It's kind of like when you deter your sentence so it doesn't go on your record. That's what I did. I successfully graduated that in Chambers County. And as soon as I got off of it, I went right back to doing meth.
When was that?
2007.
Okay.
So I graduated from that, I guess maybe 2008. I feel like it took me about a year.
Okay.
And, but then, I went right back to doing meth.
So 2004 and 2007, did you ever have intentions to quit or were you just trying to get out of trouble?
I've always wanted to quit. Like I can remember looking in the mirror at myself saying, what are you doing? Like, this is so not who you are. This is not, you're better than that. Not better than an addict, but better than the behavior that comes from being an addict.
Right.
And I knew that literally all I had to do was say, somebody help me. And any of my aunts, any of my uncles, parents, grandparents, they would have, and they all have, when I finally did reach out for help, they all did come immediately to my side. So it just wasn't, me now, I know that was my pride. That was me needing to deal with my pride, but I wasn't there yet. That's not who I was yet. So,
so moving forward, so meth, this 2008. So from 2008 to where?
So after 2007 is when I actually went in front, graduated drug court, and I stayed clean for about 3 years and went back to school. That's when I got my associate's degree. And worked for my aunt. And I stayed clean for about 3 years. And then about, give or take, 2010, 11 is when I graduated with my associates and was transferring to Montebello to go to school. And I had to have a physical. And when I did, I went to my physical, drove down here, went to my dorm room. And that day I got a phone call and they asked me to come back to the doctor. That's when I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. And so that is when I really just kind of was like, what's the reason? What's the point? Let's get it. And that's what I did.
So you started getting high and
wide open.
Okay.
Wide open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
was angry. I was very angry. I was mad.
You ended up with a hysterectomy.
Correct. And had never, and would not be able to have my own children. So that really
devastated you.
Yeah. Like in a way that I didn't even realize was devastating yet. Yeah. I felt robbed. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I can see that. I can see that. And so teaching whoever a lesson.
Yeah. Mad at the world, mad at everybody. It was their fault and everything. You know, I know now it's not, but yes, I was very angry, broken.
Okay. And then, so what made you decide to want something different?
Just honestly, I can remember just being so miserable and just, the day in, the day out of just faking it to be in a good mood it sucked. And I can remember, I won't call their names, but 2 other Loveladies who are from where I'm from, whom I partied with, and at one point in time, one of them actually we lived together. I can remember them being here before me and watching them on Facebook and watching their shift change, like just seeing that we went to school together and they were happy. We were high together and they weren't, and then now they were sober and I wanted what I saw that they were getting. I didn't know how they were getting it or what it was, but I saw it and I wanted it. So that's what really started spinning the wheel for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you came here the first time when?
2015.
2015.
5/5/15.
5/5/15.
Yep. Grace. Grace.
Yes. Grace. Grace all over it.
Yes.
So graduated 2016.
Yeah. And one of those girls actually was my was Paula's assistant in phase
Oh,
1.
really?
That I was
Okay.
talking about, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
She'll know who she is if she sees this.
good deal. And so you graduated 2016
Correct.
and left.
And well, I worked for a different program
Yeah.
with us,
Yeah.
and then I went home on my birthday, got high on my birthday, came back, got fired, and then I went back.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, because that
Right.
rightfully so. I mean, I
Right.
did. That's what I did, and so then I went back for about
So
8 months,
okay.
and just was like, "This is for the birds." I mean,
Okay.
I came to the alumni here, and it was when we had the Friday night here at the center and the
Okay.
Saturday,
Uh-huh.
and I came on Friday and was wasted and had
Okay.
no business actually, but the only way I know to describe the way it felt go round on the second go round is after you come and you get the Lord, like
Uh-huh.
where you know that it's the Lord,
Uh-huh.
it's magnetic after.
Okay.
When you walk away from it, for me, when I was back there for those 8 months doing whatever, the entire time it was a magnetic pull
Okay.
feeling. Like that's
Okay.
the only way I know. Like, and I know that was the Holy Spirit now,
Okay.
but that's the only way I know how to describe it. Because when I got here, Miss Paula stopped me by transportation and
When you
hugged my
came to the
neck
alumni.
on Friday night,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she just loved on me. Nothing out of the ordinary for Miss Paula, but and I got in my car out there by the manna and was like, just go back in. Just go back in and tell them, just go back in. But I didn't. I
Okay.
left. And on 2 days before New Year's, I texted you and was
Okay.
like, can I come back? And you were like, yeah, come back. And so I came back.
All right. And that was
January 2nd, 17.
January 2nd, 17. And
Mm-hmm.
then you
Haven't been nowhere
haven't left.
since.
So I know you wanted it. You wanted it bad,
Yes.
and you already knew what you were missing. So you come
Yes.
back, and the second go around, and I've heard y'all joke some that the first couple months or first month was pretty tough.
You mean
For you.
restoration?
Yes.
Yes. For those who come through restoration, you'll hear all of us say it's different. There's something about restoration that's different. I mean, yes, the people are different, but it's I mean, when you're in there, your humility's in check, your pride's got to go in check. When you have already just asked to come back to face the thing that you walked away from, I mean, there's a lot of emotion that goes there.
Yeah. Do you think that do you think what I see, because like when girls get baptized, and you'll see like when phase one gets baptized, you see, for me, like I can tell she's phase one. I can
Mm-hmm.
tell because there's hope.
Mm-hmm.
There's like where you could tell that the hope's been turned on,
Uh-huh.
and then but when I see restoration, I see shame, and as they've got to shake the shame off,
Right.
and it's like, and I'm like, the Lord doesn't want the shame. He
Right.
just wants you. He just
Right.
wants you. I mean, he wants you to shake the shame, to take it, get it off,
Right.
because he never wants to shame you.
For me, phase one, my first round was pass or fail for me
Okay.
to
Okay.
myself. It wasn't, I mean, because it wasn't I didn't have pressure from home or court or anything like that. It was, I had to prove to me on the first round that I could do this, that I knew that I could do it, that I could prove that I could do it. And that's what I did until I was tired of proving that I could do it. And
Okay.
then I relapsed. But when I came back the second time, it wasn't about pass or fail. It wasn't proving it to anybody. I didn't care what anybody thought. I didn't care what anybody had to say. It wasn't about anybody. It was literally about just Joann getting back to being Joann. I didn't know who
Okay.
Joann was, and I had to get there. And that's literally what round 2 was.
Okay.
It was, I didn't care if I had to do 100 years. I was doing it.
All right. All right. Was there a defining moment for you, or you just came in with that determination?
I just knew that I was either going to be here or I was going to be dead,
Okay.
and or prison. And this time I wouldn't be able to walk away from it. It would have took me down.
Okay.
And kept me.
And so so you got grad status, and then you how much you went to you worked in intake,
Yeah,
right?
my second go here, I was job readiness was in intake the
Okay.
entire time.
Okay.
Yes, and so when I got my grad status back, a couple weeks later, you hired me into intake.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you were there for a little while.
Just a little while.
And then you became a client rep.
Correct.
And I know that, to me, now I know you're phase 5 client rep.
Yes.
And you've been Phase 5 client rep for how long?
8 years.
And that's a long time.
8 years.
And you're gifted and you're anointed
Thank
at
you.
it. It's absolutely beautiful. And you stay so passionate about it. And I know everybody says that Joann's not as mean as you think you are.
Yeah,
But what
I'm
is it
really
about saying?
not.
You're
I'm
not like mean at all.
I need a T-shirt that says that.
I'm not mean.
I'm not even mean, really. Yeah.
And they think, and it's because you're tough. I mean, you are tough, and you're a rule follower.
Yes.
You are a rule follower,
Yes.
and you know that they can do all things through
Yes.
Christ, which strengthens them, and that they can, and
Yes.
that they don't need to be enabled. They don't need to be.
Right.
Yeah. And you stay. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you passionate?
I have said this 1,000 times, especially if I've ever helped train somebody. The one thing that I stand on is I want to be exactly who I thought I needed when I was here. Like my client reps, I want to be who I was chasing from them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was needing those people, like Monica Weston, she was my client rep. I needed her to be who she was because I didn't even know who I was. I needed
Yeah.
somebody to show me what I was doing. And so to me, as long as I keep being who I knew I needed when I was here, I feel like I'm doing a service. If I feel like I'm not doing that, then I'm literally just not doing them any justice because they came here needing somebody to help them, and they're important to me. I mean, they're just even the little problem to us is a big problem when you're pending or your kids are still just a visit. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. And sometimes just sitting down and letting them talk can handle a problem without it even really being a solvable problem.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, because you do, and you do a stellar job at that. Always listen how well you listen, how well you, and they also know what to expect.
Yes,
and I like that.
Yep. I lay that out on day one.
They know.
Yes.
Well, and I love how the Lord transformed you, and then you allow Him to work through you to help others transform, which is beautiful. And I know that especially a lot of those who will be watching knows. I know that in 2000 so I know you met the love of your life, and we're going to try to sail through this.
Yes.
In what year? I mean, I know you'd already met it. Met it. So working into intake, you called the Foundry.
Yeah. Okay. So a girl and her husband came in off the street.
Gotta listen to this love story. So sweet.
2017, which I knew him for 20 years prior to this, but had not seen him in a year or so. Talked to him in a year or so, but I was in intake working. A lady and her husband came in and off the street, no appointment, and was wanting help. Well, we were going to make a room for her, but she was very uneasy, him not having somewhere to go. So I was like, well, let me just reach out to some of the other guy programs here. So I called the Foundry, did the spill, gave them the rundown. They said they would take him as soon as he left her here for him to come there, got all that worked out. And I just knew, I was like, I know this voice. I was like, I really know what did you say your name was? As I'm, doing my notes. He was like, this is Matt Henry. And I was like, Matt, this is Joann. He was like, call me when everybody leaves. So I was like, all right. And we literally I went and picked him up that Sunday. We came here for church and we've been together ever since.
So y'all's first date was church?
Here. And then Cracker Barrel.
And then Cracker Barrel. Church and Cracker Barrel. Girl, y'all.
We did that for weeks.
That's so sweet. And then and then y'all got married when?
November of 2018.
Okay. And so and I not to make it tough on you, but I think that so I know beautiful. I love how both work in intake and then first date church and then Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
And y'all were living on the wild side.
Yeah.
And then I know that in beautiful, just y'all's friendship, y'all's relationship, absolutely beautiful. And then he was diagnosed
with bile duct cancer, stage 4 bile duct cancer, March 31st of 2025.
Yes. And then and I know y'all walked through that journey together, and he passed
on August the 1st of 25.
August 1st. So
4 months.
Had 4 months. It was quick, and I know that and one thing that you said that stood out to me is because and I know a lot of people worry about you, and then I know like we worry like we don't want her to go back. We don't want her to take back steps because like when you had the hysterectomy, you got angry. You got angry, and then so how do we know that that's not going to happen
Yeah,
again.
it's not happening.
And I remember you telling me when Matt was, after he got diagnosed, and we knew what the outcome would be shortly. You acknowledged, that you got the best part of him.
I did.
You did, because
I did.
he was he I just know him to be a wonderful man, and he was
Right.
a wonderful man. But he wasn't always
Correct.
wonderful, and so I think about when, and I want to honor him. I think that we all,
Yes.
just as I'm passionate about honoring my mom, I know we want to honor Matt, and that he was a man who, similar to your drugs, and
Yes.
he sold drugs, right?
Yes.
And ended up meeting Jesus at the Foundry.
Yep.
Okay, and allowed God to transform him.
Yes. And what's crazy is what I was here in 2015 to 16. He was at the Foundry 2015 to 16. I went back to our hometown for about 8 months. At that same time, he had gone back to our town for about 8 months. And then I didn't know he went back to rehab in October, and I went back in January. So we were literally
back and forth,
but had no idea the other was there doing it. So
I guess y'all both learned through that. Y'all didn't need to go back home.
Yeah, we didn't.
No, y'all didn't.
We had no desire to go back home.
Y'all planted well.
We did well here. We did well in Birmingham.
Y'all did unbelievable.
Yeah, we did well here.
Unbelievable. Y'all allowed the Lord to take hold, but
that was the trick. I mean, that's not the trick, but that's the game changer.
Yeah.
Is the one thing that's missing in recovery period is the Lord. And in my opinion, that's where mine came. Like like it's okay to quit doing drugs, but it's not a good time when you're not happy. I mean, not that not doing drugs is not a good time, but you can be a dry drunk. I mean, you can be and it be a horrible time being sober. It doesn't have to be a horrible time being sober.
Because the Lord we're created for passion, created for purpose. I tell our people all the time.
He feels what you take away, and that's the changer. For me.
There's so much more to life than sobriety. We're not a rehab. We are not a rehab.
Right.
We offer recovery services.
Correct.
Because but our purpose is to help you be who Christ created you to be. And I love that you and Matt both recognize that, and I had so much respect and admiration for you as you were, you were like, I got the best part of him. I know that
the best part of him,
and he knew that, and
yes.
he was so, and then his, every time I saw him those 4 months, he was like, I know where I'm going to go. I know where I'm going to go,
yes.
and I know that I know he is, I don't know what happens in heaven.
Right.
But I know he is taking care of something. If he could be taken, because he was a take care of her.
Yes, he is.
And so, anyway, I just, is there, how have you remained so committed to, because I know you told me, you're like, Melinda, don't take my caseload.
Right.
I'm created for this. I want to do this. And I can and will do this. And so, how have you stayed so passionate through all that?
Because I know what this is. I personally know what this is. And it's not, like you said, it's not just a program. It's literally a lifestyle here. Lovelady lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's friendships, familyships, other people's kids being a part. I mean, like, I don't have biological children, but I have 100,000 nieces and nephews running around, plus my nieces and nephews at home, so it's you gain more than just sobriety here. You just do.
And and purpose and passion, you continue to live it out no matter what. I will tell y'all though, I think her therapy is no mercy uno.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to talk about? I played that the other day with her. She has a good time with that no mercy.
I was
so
like, good.
Yeah, just so other than that, y'all, she is the sweetest little thing. Just don't play no mercy. Well, that being said, we just I hope that you, hearing Joann's testimony, somebody out there that you can be encouraged, that you can be that if one, as she shares her testimony, that God can do it again, that you don't have to take back steps when crisis comes, that you can keep putting ones. It's determination.
Yes.
It's determination that you take the excuses off the table.
Yes.
And you've done that. I've seen you do it time and time again. Like, no excuses. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be.
Yes.
The Lord can teach me in the moment, and you're willing to receive. And
I mean, life happens. It's gonna happen regardless, and I'm gonna be okay on either side of it. So
and
it's
death
gonna be
happens.
okay.
And death happens. And one thing I've learned is that the Lord doesn't see it quite like we do.
Right.
And that's okay. We're going to keep our eyes on Him.
That's right.
And you have, and you do. And I love and respect you
I
for it
love
like
you
you
too.
do. And we love you very much. Thank y'all for listening. And I hope you're encouraged today by the word. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks.